Hi everyone, and welcome to the Abroad 101 online version. My name is Anna, and I am a peer advisor in the Education Abroad office. I spent spring semester 2023 in Dublin, Ireland on the CIEE Open Campus Block program. I had such an amazing time, and I am excited to help students on their study abroad journey. Some common concerns that students have about studying abroad include safety, affordability, living situations, language proficiency, and establishing connections. All of these concerns resonated for me at the time, but I was especially concerned about my safety as a woman traveling alone and worried about establishing meaningful connections with locals once I arrived on site. All these concerns are valid, though they are not necessarily based in fact. Throughout this presentation, I'll provide you with the information necessary to make well informed decisions despite initial concerns. In this presentation, I will go over some frequently asked questions in terms of timing and length, talk about the different types of study abroad experiences, and highlight some options that are cheaper than the price of in-state tuition. And lastly, I'll be discussing the benefits of doing homestays while abroad. One of the most frequently asked questions we get is when can students study abroad? To which the answer is that students can go at any point after their first quarter on campus. So therefore, when you want to go depends on your own preference and schedule. For many students, it makes sense to study abroad before they declare their major and can fulfill GUR requirements while abroad. This makes your sophomore year a great time to go. As for the length of the program, there are opportunities to spend as short as 2 weeks to up to a full calendar year. I recommend that the longer you stay abroad, the more you will get out of your experience. For me, I went for about 6 months, and I was not ready to leave at the end of it. However, it depends on the person and what your goals are for your experience. You may also be wondering about financial aid. There are many circumstances in which you can apply your aid to the cost of study abroad programs. However, it's not the case for every type of aid, so make sure you watch the Financial Aid and Scholarships video for more specific information on finances. Many featured programs are the cost of in-state tuition at Western or even less. There are a few different types of programs and ways to study abroad. First, we have exchange, which is one of the most immersive and cost-effective ways to study abroad. You will pay in-state tuition at Western and trade places with a student at another university. You will need to navigate a new university much like you did when you came here. It's also important to note that you can take classes in English even if the host country uses a different language. Western has about 30 exchange partners and is a member of ISEP, which is a nonprofit that operates as a collective to allow you to do exchange at approximately 130 different universities all over the world. In addition to international exchange, there's also national student exchange. Students can study at a number of institutions in the US territories like Guam and Puerto Rico, or Canada. This is a great option for students who are unable to get a passport or would prefer to stay closer to home. For students who want to scope out their potential graduate school, this is also a great way to test out before you apply. Western exchanges, ISEP, and National Student Exchange are all ways to study abroad with the cost of in-state tuition. We also have study abroad providers that are specifically catered to serving study abroad students and, in general, American students. The benefits of doing a provider program are that it is a more supported experience than exchange and offers students help with visas, emotional support, and planned trips. They often offer coursework in English as well as other language grammar classes for the native language of the host country. If you can't physically go abroad, providers also offer virtual opportunities. We also offer faculty-led programs where students can take a Western class and study abroad with a professor from Western. These programs are typically 4 to 15 Western credits and can require travel anywhere from 2 weeks to the entire quarter. For example, you can earn 15 environmental science credits spending the quarter in Nepal, or 12 English credits with 3 weeks of travel to Senegal. And in these cases, you'll be traveling in a cohort with your class. You'll also pay in-state tuition for the academic year faculty-led programs, but not those in the summer. Every program is different, so make sure you ask if you have questions. For students looking for an experience outside of the classroom, we have internship opportunities catered specifically towards a student's interest and field of study. We also partner directly with universities that have study abroad programs that are a good fit for our students. It is like an exchange, but you pay the tuition directly to the university. They may also offer an orientation, excursions, or various support during your time abroad, depending on the program. This may be a good option to consider if you're interested in studying in Ireland or Italy, and cost is an important factor in your decision-making process. So, as I mentioned, you can pay in-state tuition through exchange, even if you're an out-of-state resident. We also offer program providers that are less than an in-state price. A huge factor in this price of these programs is the fact that they are based in non-traditional locations. In general, prices outside of Europe are typically lower, but even within Europe, I would really encourage you to all think about going to a less traditional location in terms of smaller towns, less touristy areas, not only for cheaper prices, but also for a more culturally immersive experience. Uruguay through USAC is a great option that is typically more affordable than when you're paying at Western. Going to a non-traditional location such as this will offer a super unique and immersive experience. USAC Khon Kaen is also a great option. It is in northeast Thailand and is a local city that is not yet discovered by tourists. Because of this, the cost of living is low, and you can pay much less than you would at Western for tuition. It is less than $9,000 for an academic year, $5,330 for a semester, or you could pay $2,700 per quarter if you choose to study in the spring semester, which spans 2 quarters at Western. You could also consider intensive month, quarter-length programs, or service learning with ISA World Strides. Costa Rica is a great example here, but there are many different combinations that would be a good option through World Strides sites around the world. These are just 3 examples of affordable program options, but there are many others to consider as you do the research to determine the best program for you. Programs have many different options for housing. Homestay is a wonderful way to have an immersive and cost-effective experience. The rent is often cheaper and 2 meals a day are generally included. This is a benefit because you do not have to go grocery shopping or worry about food in general. Grocery shopping can be really hard when there's a language barrier, currency conversion, and you are relying on public transportation. When you're studying abroad, coming home to a home-cooked meal feels so comforting. Another great benefit of homestay is that you immediately have a built-in community and local connections. At this point, make sure that you have created a traveler profile in the Education Abroad portal, and please scan the QR code on the screen to sign up and get credit for participating in the virtual 101 training. And again, if you have any questions at all, please do not hesitate to come to our office or schedule an appointment with a peer advisor, which you can do through our website. Thank you so much for watching, and make sure you watch the rest of the 101 videos.